With today's video, I want to share with you guys an item that has been very useful to me for a number of years. And it's a great item to carry with you every day, and it's quite inexpensive as well. So I think it's certainly worth taking a look at. And it's not, in fact, my key, my Honda key here, but it is what's hiding behind it. And that is this little gem, the Swiss Tech Utili-Key. So as I was mentioning, this is a great little everyday carry type item. It is a 6-in-1 tool, and it just goes right along with you on your keychain. Very non-obtrusive, very easy to use. And I think this works well as a great backup piece, for your primary multi-tool. If you're someone who has never carried any tools with you, this could be a great primary option for you if you're kind of adverse to carrying something bigger that requires any pocket space. So let me pop it off the keychain here, get my keys out of the way, and then we will take a look at kind of what makes this so useful. So again, Swiss Tech Utili-Key, this is the 6-in-1, and the tools that this has on it are a Phillips head screwdriver right here. You have a bottle opener here. Obviously you've got a blade here. It has a straight portion or straight edge and then a serrated edge as well. So this is really good for cutting rope, and then this down here for boxes, tape, anything like that. You have a flathead screwdriver here, and then you have a micro screwdriver right here. Another nice thing you can do with this is if you need to strip some wires, you can put them down in here, close this off, and then use the serrations to strip wires. I've actually done it successfully with a few projects, and this is kind of what I had handy at the moment, so it worked out well. So anyways, it goes on and off your keychain like that. The contact point is here, so it just snaps closed, and that's the friction between these two essentially is what keeps it on your keychain. So anyhow, this thing is about 10 bucks on Amazon, and then if you get free shipping through Amazon Prime, it's just your flat 10 bucks. So again, it's a great inexpensive option to add as a backup, or to use as a primary carry for kind of a mini multi-tool here. So back in 2004, more than a decade ago, I started carrying one of these when I worked retail, and I used it for everything. I didn't have a pocket knife that I carried then. I didn't have a multi-tool, and so it was just on my keychain, and it was there for any task that I needed. Which turned out to be quite often, to be honest. So my first one, I actually broke, I believe. My second one, the TSA confiscated. So I know I got through courthouse security a few times, but the TSA sadly is competent enough to find your knife key, as they called it. So my second one was confiscated, and here we are with my third one, and at 10 bucks a pop, it's really not that big of a deal. So anyways, talking about how it closes, after about 2 or 2.5 years, maybe 3 years of use, these two portions here actually started to rub down on each other, and so it lost all of its friction, and so it would just randomly fall off my keychain, which turned out to be a pain. So that's one problem after a number of years of use that you might run into using it frequently, is these two contact points might basically rub each other down, smooth out, and then it won't lock into place on your keychain anymore. So, but again, at 10 bucks, it's really not that big of a deal. So here is kind of a primary multi-tool carry. This is the Leatherman Juice S2, and then here's the Swiss Tech Utili-Key. So, my recommendation would be to have a kind of a primary multi-tool, again, if you can, if you've got pocket space, if your work allows it. If they don't, if your work or your place of business kind of is against knives or even multi-tools, depending on where you're at, I think this is something that's very non-threatening. It works quite well, and I think most people are kind of warm to something this small and this unobtrusive. So great primary, great backup. Or again, if you've never carried anything and you want to have something useful, just pick this up. So, kind of cons or flaws, I suppose, as we're taking a look at it. It does open up all the way, pops fully open, so you can cut well and so forth. But it's not a, it doesn't really give a confidence-inspiring grip on it. I mean, this is really for light duty tasks. I mean, I would never bear down on this and cut on something because there's no locking mechanism, and you can, you know, put those serrations right into your finger there if you weren't careful. And the reason I actually picked up a third one was a few weeks ago. I went out, picked up lunch. I got one of those soda cans that is in the glass bottle with the lid on the top that you need a bottle opener for. And I didn't have my juice, and so I started looking through all the drawers, and there was not a bottle opener to be found in the drawers. So I took, I don't know, I think a small pocket knife, and little by little I pried off the top of the stupid drink. So at that point I was like, what can I carry with me? Then I was like, yes, the Swisstech Utili-Key 6-in-1. Used to have one of those, went ahead and ordered another one, and anyways, I'm happy to have it back on my keychain just because it's so useful, so convenient. So again, you know, those are all good reasons to pick one up. I mean, you really have nothing to lose other than $10, and you know, hopefully you're carrying kind of something a bit more competent with you in terms of your day-to-day, and this is just something as a backup piece. So I guess that's pretty much it. I would definitely recommend it, definitely worth checking out. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to let me know. Other than that, if you do pick one up and you love it, put something in the comments, you know, help people find good gear for inexpensive. So anyways, thanks for watching. Take care.